is for public comment, both with respect to all the items that are on tonight's agenda, as well as a segment under item 5, which is reserved for public comments of a general nature. At that point in time, if there are any members of the audience who have any questions or comments of a general nature with respect to things not on tonight's agenda, we would ask that you come to the podium at that time, let us know who you are, and we'll welcome hearing from you. But first, it is our proud custom and tradition to begin our meetings by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. So I'd ask everyone present to please rise and join us in reciting the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. And I'd now like to ask our fine village clerk, April Holden, to call the roll for the last meeting of 2018.
Commissioner Wallace? Here. Commissioner Earl?
Here.
Commissioner Waldeck? Commissioner White?
Here.
Commissioner Jose? Commissioner Barnett?
Here.
Mayor Tully?
Here. Thank you very much. That brings us to item 3, which pertains to minutes of prior council meetings. We have one set of minutes to review and approve tonight. Those are the minutes of our regular council meeting from December 11th, 2018. If there are no changes, concerns, questions, or comments with respect to those minutes, may I please have a motion to approve?
Martel, I move the council approve the meeting minutes from December 11th, 2018 as presented.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes are approved. And that brings us to item 4, which is the mayor's report. And we have a number of things tonight under the mayor's report, which has been conveniently moved up front so we can address them for some special guests that are here tonight. I would think I would like to start with the proclamations, because I can. One of the things that the village council and the village staff rely upon to a great extent are the volunteers that serve on many of our boards and commissions. And one of the things that I've learned in my travels throughout the county and working with the leaders of other communities is Downers Grove is really blessed to have an exceptional number of boards and commissions on a variety of topics that allow our residents to engage as volunteers on subjects that are near to dear to their hearts or which they have expertise in, that then allow our village government to function better and more in alignment with our constituents. And we have a number of different boards, such as the Library Board of Trustees, the Stormwater and Floodplain Oversight Commission, the Technology Commission, the Community Events Commission, the Economic Concerns Commission, the Liquor Commission, to name just a few. And of course, we have a number of land use boards as well, and don't want to leave those out. But I mentioned some of these tonight in particular because what we like to do is to thank and express our gratitude to those volunteers who have served admirably on our boards and commissions over the years, and because of either a change of circumstances or the need to allow others to serve and give other people an opportunity, because we are always blessed with way more applicants for our boards and commissions than we ever have slots to fill. We want to take a moment to thank some of our volunteers. And we have a number of folks who have stepped down or moved on, or we've allowed other people to serve because of the few and far opportunities to do so. Ed Earl on our library board, Anthony Savito on our Stormwater and Floodplain Oversight Commission, John Phillips on our Technology Commission, Susan Carroll on our Community Events Commission, Jamie Getz on our Economic Concerns Commission. And here tonight in particular, I want to present certificates to a couple of our very special volunteers, both who've served for many, many years, and we're deeply grateful for their service. First, a longtime trustee on our Library Board of Trustees, I would like to present a certificate of recognition for her service to Susan Eblin. Susan, if you could please come up. Please come up over here. Yeah, I tell you, the next mayor has to put a little line here so we all know what we're saying. First order of business. Congratulations. Thank you so much. This is yours. Thank you. Right there we go. Sure. Thank you very much for your service. Deeply grateful for it. And we have another very special, long-serving member of our Liquor Commission here tonight. Michelle Terp is here, and I would like to present Michelle with a certificate of recognition. Michelle, if you could please come up. know that after some of those liquor commission meetings, you feel like you need some liquor.
Yeah.
Come over here, please. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate all your service. Thank you so much. That's for you. Thank you very much. And the real dangerous thing is that a number of people who have served on our boards and commissions somehow end up here. So be careful when you volunteer because you never know what might happen. So once again, on behalf of my colleagues in the Village Council and all village staff and the entire community, we're deeply grateful for your service and your volunteerism. Frankly, we couldn't do what we do as well as we do without your contributions and your support. And I know you do it not for fame and fortune, that's for sure, but because you really care about the community, and for that we're deeply grateful. Very good. Well, the next item, speaking of volunteers and boards and commissions, some folks may know that we also have a Human Services Commission, and for a number of years the Human Services Commission has not had any members appointed to it, and it has not met, and partly because, candidly, this and prior councils have struggled with what the mission should be for a Human Services Commission in Downers Grove, and it's something that has evolved over time, and we thought it was time to take a good look at what it should be, what its role should be, what its mission should be. God bless you. And quite frankly, what would be the best role for that board to serve in terms of making recommendations to the council that the council might then ask them to work on or to implement through some other means. Unlike other boards and commissions, the Human Services Commission is not one that is petition-driven, like the Architectural Design Review Board, the Stormwater Floodplain Oversight Commission, or the Planning Commission, or the Zoning Board of Appeals, where people are constantly coming to them with requests. We want to have a good, clear mission and objective and desired outcome for that commission. And so what we decided to do is to help really the next council make that decision and give direction, is to create an ad hoc committee on human services. The goal of the ad hoc committee would be to answer some of the questions that I just outlined for the next village council and for the community. So those who have been following at home what we've been doing with downtown management, where basically this council has been working with stakeholders to come up with a set of recommendations for the next council in terms of what downtown management should be and what its role and mission and so on and so forth should be. That's kind of what we're trying to do with this ad hoc committee, is to create that ad hoc committee, and we've identified 7 extraordinary residents. All of our residents are extraordinary, but 7 extraordinary residents who are going to serve on the ad hoc. By its nature, the ad hoc will only exist for a set period of time, and the idea is that group of volunteers will then provide some recommendations, thoughts, and input to the next village council that will be elected in April, and then hopefully we'll be in a position to appoint members who will then know exactly what it is they're supposed to be doing on the Human Services Commission. So we're very grateful to, I'm very grateful to my colleagues who assisted in identifying the individuals who will serve on the ad hoc. I'm very grateful to the folks who will be filling that role. And I don't know if we need to read the whole resolution or just the appointments? Just the appointments?
Just the appointments would be fine.
Well, I think I kind of already summarized what the resolution says. The resolution is available for anyone who's interested. It's part of our materials online tonight. But we do need to vote on the appointment and the creation. So I think the resolution includes both the creation and the appointment?
Correct.
Okay, so I can stop talking then and turn it over to our village clerk. If I could ask our village clerk, April Holden, to read the necessary portions of the resolution so that we can ask for a motion and a roll call, please.
Mayor Tully has made the following appointments to the Human Service Ad Hoc Committee: Kimberly Nagy, Susan Wan, Samantha Acog, Mary Lorman, Stephanie Williams, Azizi Marshall, Rebecca Campbell. The Village Council of the Village of Downers Grove does hereby confirm the aforementioned appointments.
And I guess I need a motion to adopt the resolution, please.
Martell, I move the council adopt the resolution establishing the Downers Grove Human Services Ad Hoc Committee and appointing the members thereto. All is presented in the record.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from any of my colleagues? If not, roll call, please.
Commissioner White?
Aye.
Commissioner Wallace?
Aye.
Commissioner Earl?
Aye.
Commissioner Jose?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnett?
Aye.
Mayor Tully?
Aye, that matter passes unanimously. And again, our appreciation to the newly appointed members of the ad hoc committee. We wanted to get this initiated now, understanding that we don't expect them to do anything between now and the end of the year. But come January, they'll be ready to go. And for those who I've spoken to or communicated with, I know they are eagerly looking forward to staff reaching out to them after the first of the year about their meeting times and getting about their business. And I'm very hopeful the next council will have, I'm confident the next council will have the benefit of their input. So we look forward to that. And thank you, by the way, to all who expressed interest in applying. Once again, we had way more people express interest in a desire to participate than we had spots. One more item on the mayor's report, and that is, since we have so many members of the Liquor Commission present today, you'll all appreciate this. Pursuant to Section 3-12D of the Downers Grove Liquor Control Ordinance, a public hearing for a liquor license application may be waived if a current license holder requests a change in license classification. However, the application must be placed on file for a minimum of 2 weeks, subject to public comment prior to the issuance of a new license. The village has received an application from a current licensee for a liquor license classification change. The following license holder has requested an upgrade from their existing beer and wine only license to a full alcohol off-premise consumption liquor license. Steph Foods, Inc., doing business as 7-Eleven, located at 5105 Fairview Avenue. Accordingly, I am placing the application for classification change on file in the village clerk's office. Barring any objection, once the 2-week waiting period is passed, a full alcohol off-premise consumption liquor license shall be issued to the establishment. I do that in my role as the liquor commissioner. So very good. Enough of me. Now we're going to get to some business. But before we get to business, I advertised earlier item 5, which is reserved for public comments of a general nature. At this point in time, if any members of the audience have any questions or comments of a general nature with respect to things that are not on tonight's agenda, I would invite you to please come to the podium. We'd welcome hearing from you. Any questions or comments of a general nature? Very good. Hearing none, we will move on to our consent agenda. Item 6, do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
Martelli, I move that this council approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Any questions or comments from any members of the audience with respect to any of the items on tonight's consent agenda? Any questions or comments from members of the village council? Hearing none, may I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner White?
Aye.
Commissioner Earl?
Aye.
Commissioner Wallace?
Aye.
Commissioner Jose?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnett?
Aye.
Mayor Tully?
Aye. Consent agenda passes unanimously. That brings us to item 7, our active agenda. We have several items on tonight's active agenda. Item 7A, do I have a motion to authorize approval of key terms for a redevelopment agreement with Location Finders International and direct staff to take necessary actions to comply with the key terms thereof?
Martelli, I move that this council approve the key terms for a redevelopment agreement with Location Finders International, and we direct staff to take actions necessary to comply and implement those key terms, all as presented.
Second.
Questions or comments from the audience with respect to this item? Good evening. Welcome. Funny, we seem to have met before. Do I know you?
Good evening, Mayor. My name is David Olson. I'm a resident of Downers Grove, 5613 Dunham Road. So we have met before. But it is a pleasure to see you, Mayor, and of course the council, staff, and residents. So tonight I'm reminded of sitting here and when I was in your shoes on the village council when we were discussing this very topic of facilities. And there was a previous plan that I was not too favorable toward. And you know, that plan, there were a lot of concerns with that plan. A lot of concerns about the plan being too expensive, too risky, taking commercial property off the tax rolls. And that plan ultimately was considered through referendum. And people said, let's go back to the drawing board. So tonight, we're at that place where we've been back to the drawing board for a long time, and perhaps too long, but tonight, we're at a good spot. And I'm very pleased to, as a resident, and as a former council member who stood against a previous plan to address this very critical issue, to urge you to support this plan and to continue this plan moving forward. I view this plan as a great opportunity to redevelop the Civic Center site, to serve the community, to provide a 21st century facility for our police officers and for our staff in which to work, and doing all of this in a taxpayer-friendly way, in a way that actually will result in overall taxpayer savings. And so I'm just deeply grateful to especially the staff of the village for continuing to address this problem, continuing to search and find creative solutions. And I'm grateful to the council for working and continuing to work on this issue and finding the solution. We're not finished. Obviously, I know that I've seen the item and followed this process, and obviously there's more to do, a lot more steps to go through. But this is a great first step. I'm really pleased to see this. I'm thrilled to hear last week it sounded as if there was unanimous support from the council. But I wanted to add my voice in urging you to pass this plan tonight, to move forward and take that next step. We need to address this facilities issue. This is a way to address the issue in a way that's friendly to taxpayers and gets it done for our residents, for our staff, and for our community. So I thank you, I thank our staff, and wish you all the best. Have a happy holiday.
Happy holiday as well. Good to see you, Mr. Olson. Thank you for your comments. Other questions or comments from members of the audience with respect to this item? Good evening, welcome.
Good evening. Another familiar face on this issue.
That's the best way to end the year.
Yes. My name is Tim Werner. I live at 6736 Osage in Downers Grove. Hello, staff, and hello, council. I too wanted to just express my initial thoughts on this facilities proposal. As you know, in the past, one of our greatest, we all love Downers Grove, and we all want to do what's best for the village. And that's really, we all know that's where our hearts are at. So it's all about the utility of the plan. This is a major endeavor, and does it create the utility for all the citizens of the village? And so far, from what I'm hearing from different council members and what I'm reading, this really looks like a great start, and this looks like the plan that we wish we would have gotten years ago. So I just wanted to voice my support for the plan and to just say best of luck, and I appreciate all that you do. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you being here and saying that, and thank you for remaining engaged with us during this long journey.
Yeah, it's been a long road.
Sometimes even the long roads end in the right place, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Other questions or comments from members of the audience with respect to this item? All right, well, thank you to those who shared their comments with us. Questions or comments from members of the village council?
Just that I know
Commissioner Earl, happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Mayor. Commissioner Waldeck is home extremely ill, but has conveyed to me that he really does support this, and he wanted me to express that he wishes he could be here to join us in the vote, but unfortunately he didn't want to get anyone else sick for the holidays. So just so you know, where it would be unanimous, and it's going to be unanimous with the 6 of us, I think, but he would have made it 7, so he is also on board with this plan.
Thank you, Commissioner. Appreciate you conveying that to everyone. Other questions or comments from members of the village council? I will just pick up on the long road theme, and that is, there's an old saying that sometimes good things come to those who wait. How long you must wait is debatable, but I agree with what's been expressed both on the dais and has been expressed from the audience so far. This just looks like a pretty good path to follow, and I'm, as I said last time, fully in support of it, as I think we all are, and very much looking forward to see where this takes us. So with that, and it is, of course, appropriate to be one of the last things we do in 2018. Roll call, please.
Commissioner White?
Aye.
Commissioner Earl?
Aye.
Commissioner Wallace?
Aye.
Commissioner Jose?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnett?
Aye.
Mayor Tully?
Aye, the matter passes unanimously. Look forward to the continued journey in working on this project. That brings us to item 7B as in boy. Do I have a motion to adopt an ordinance amending Plan Unit Development Number 51 to allow revisions to the campus master plan at Midwestern University located at 555 31st Street in the village of Downers Grove?
Martelli, I move the council adopt an ordinance approving an amendment to Plan Unit Development Number 51 to allow revisions to the campus master plan at Midwestern University as presented.
Second.
Are there any questions or comments from members of the audience on this item? Questions or comments from members of the village council? Hearing none. May I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner White?
Aye.
Commissioner Earl?
Aye.
Commissioner Wallace?
Aye.
Commissioner Jose?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnett?
Aye.
Mayor Tully?
Aye, that matter also passes unanimously and brings us to item C, 7C as in Charlie. Do I have a motion to adopt an ordinance amending the stormwater utility rate and establish a water service installation bond?
Bartoli, I move that this council adopt an ordinance amending the stormwater utility rate and establishing a water service installation bond as presented.
Second.
Any questions or comments from members of the audience? Questions or comments from members of the village council? Seeing that there are none, may I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner White?
Aye.
Commissioner Earl?
Aye.
Commissioner Wallace?
Aye.
Commissioner Jose?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnett?
Aye.
Mayor Tully?
Aye. That matter also passes unanimously, and that brings us to the end of our active agenda. Item 8 is our first reading or our workshop agenda. We have no items on that agenda, so we will go right to item 9 and check in with our village manager, Dave Fieldman. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Mayor and Council. Just a quick couple of notes. It has been a tremendous 2018, filled with many significant accomplishments and achievements in the community. We'll see these things in our annual report coming out in the next 45 days or so. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank each and every village staff member for their personal, professional contributions to this organization in the last year. Our team is comprised of top-notch professionals and frankly, great individuals. And it is an honor to work beside them as their coworker. And also, thanks to this village council for your leadership and your outstanding policy direction, which was again on display tonight. We are looking back fondly on 2018, and we are very much looking forward to 2019. And I understand, based on a vote a couple minutes ago, that we have a big project or two to do. So happy holidays to all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and happy holidays to you, and I wouldn't want to leave you with nothing to do. Very good. That brings us to item 10, our village attorney's report. Happy holidays, Ms. Petrarca. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you, Mayor. Happy holidays. No report tonight.
No report.
Thank you.
Very good.
That's my gift to you.
Thank you.
There's no first reading, there's no report.
You can always come up with something to report. I promised the people that are forced to attend this meeting tonight for a greater credit that we were going to drag this out for at least 30 minutes. Otherwise, they're not going to get any credit, so we have to have something to report back on, right? That brings us to item 11, which is reserved for council member reports. This is an opportunity for members of the village council to share with those in the audience and watching at home, either goings-on in the community or other items of interest, or to report out in their roles as liaisons to other public bodies. So I will start to my left tonight with Commissioner Barnett.
Thanks, Mayor.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you, too. I don't have anything to report in particular, except to echo Dave's comments to both my colleagues and our staff, in particular, for the good work done this year, and wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a blessed season that hopefully people can spend with some family, and to our residents, the same. It's been another good year for the village of Downers Grove. We wrestle back and forth up here occasionally, but by and large continue to make good steps forward on behalf of everyone, and it's really a testament to the whole community. We've seen some of that on display the last couple weeks as well. This whole community works together for a lot of good things, and I wish everybody a blessed holiday season and Happy New Year.
Likewise, and I'd like to think that we've got it down to thumb wrestling. nothing more serious than that. Maybe at worst. I'm going to go back over to my right so you don't feel left out way down there. Commissioner Jose, happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Mayor. Thank you. First, I want to apologize for being late. I hope you'll have a little bit to say about the Economic Development Corporation meeting and our friends at the Metra and the Burlington.
I can, but if you prefer to, go for it.
No, unfortunately, I missed that meeting. I was under the weather. I'm sorry to hear that Commissioner Waldeck is, but given that our friends at Metra are the reason I was late tonight, I was curious to hear the report. I feel like I need to get a stack of their little late notices. I want to echo the thanks to everyone on staff for all of their hard work. I know especially how hard the leadership team works, and I know it echoes all the way through the organization. And you thanked us for our policy direction, but at the same time, you make this job fairly easy. You make us look good, so thank you. And happy holidays to everybody on staff, all of my colleagues on the council, and everybody in the community. And picking up on the long theme from the facilities discussion, I think it was John Maynard Keynes who said, in the long run, we're all dead. I'm just glad the facilities plan isn't. Happy holidays, everybody. Thank you, Mayor.
Well said. Happy holidays to you. Commissioner Earl, happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Mayor. Happy holidays to staff, everyone at home, everyone in the audience, everyone sitting up here with me in the dais. I would like to, as I've been asked, to ask everyone to shop downtown. There's a lot of unique gifts that you can't get on Amazon or anyplace else downtown. And the weather's been great. Get out and take advantage of our booming downtown. We have really got some neat stuff going if you haven't been down here for a while. Other than that, just wishes for a happy holiday to everyone, and see you all next year.
Very good. Likewise, happy holidays. Commissioner Wallace, happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Mayor. I just want to wish a happy holidays to my colleagues, to staff, and our residents. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well done. Commissioner White, happy holidays.
Happy holidays. The only thing I want to add is council's had the benefit of seeing staff's report on the accomplishments in the last year, and I'm not going to tip my hand and share that, other than it's really quite impressive. And I think, well, the phrase I would say is we're firing on all cylinders and cooking with gas. And and when it comes time to release what's actually been done, and I'll let staff release it since they're the ones that did it, I think the entire community can be proud of how well the village is functioning. And that's a great holiday message. And we get to build a police station. So thank you, and happy holidays, everybody, again.
Thank you, Commissioner. And for the last meeting of the year, and of course, our holiday version of the Downers Grove Village Council, I have to don the traditional Santa hat in order to give my final report of the year. First, I'll pick up with the introduction that Commissioner Jose gave with respect to the Downers Grove Economic Development Corporation Board of Directors meeting, which was held last week. The Board of Directors of that organization is one of the boards that I referenced earlier that is very critical to our mission here in the village. We have a lot of tremendous stakeholders with a lot of tremendous expertise that help us be very successful in terms of economic development. And one of the things you'll be hearing about in the annual report or the State of the Village report early next year is the long litany of successes that 2018 brought. At that meeting, however, Metro was invited to come and present, and we were visited by senior executives from Metro in response to a number of different things. Number one, some performance issues that Commissioner Jose experienced tonight firsthand, as well as the significant capital needs and the aging infrastructure of the entire rail system in DuPage County and the state of Illinois. Well, particular focus on the BNSF. The BNSF is very important to us. Obviously, we have three very busy stops here in Downers Grove. I believe the Main Street station is the third busiest stop on the entire BNSF line. Those three stations and its proximity to our businesses, we all know to be very critical to the continued economic development success of our community, and therefore we are very interested in hearing what they had to say. The long and short of it is that they have a very old system with very old equipment and need a lot of money, something that has a B after it, from the state of Illinois in order to do what really needs to be done. So there will be some work to be done at the state level in terms of a capital bill that will help transportation. And certainly we're very interested in that in here, and we'll continue to work with BNSF, Metro, and our local and state legislators, including our federal legislators, as need be, in order to make sure that we continue the economic success and continue to benefit from our proximity to a very vibrant rail line through our community. So that's the long and short of it. There was actually a lot of information with a lot of slides, but time does not permit going through that now. So that's my gift to you.
Much appreciated.
You're welcome. The other thing I want to mention is all my colleagues found on their place tonight a holiday gift from me, which is, of course, the 2018 Friends of the Edwards House calendar featuring some of the sexiest historic homes in Downers Grove. This is a family show, so I can't go through it. But if you get I understand that supplies are running low, but you can still pick up a copy of the calendar. One of the accomplishments that we had in 2018, picking up on prior years, was the landmarking and protection of an increasing number of significant, historically and otherwise significant homes in our community. The calendar from the Friends of the Edwards House celebrates that, so anyone interested in picking one up, there's still time to do so, just in time for the holidays, but I wanted to share that with my colleagues once again. Of course, our thanks to Commissioner Earl. I didn't want to draw any conclusions, that's why I picked it up. Thank you very much for the cookies, those will not go to waste. Appreciate that very much. And also, just like my colleagues and as Manager Fieldman said, 2018 was a very busy year. A long list of accomplishments, the things that folks probably noticed the most, although many of our accomplishments you don't see on a street corner or as you drive by, But the ones that are most obvious are the economic development ones, such as a new Lincoln dealership, car lots, the Cooper's Hawk that's coming, City Barbecue, Mod Pizza, Core Life Eatery, Panda Express, Pierce Tavern, Caden's Kitchen, Great Harvest Bread Company, Outback Steakhouse, a new Aldi, Hobby Lobby, major economic development projects such as the Rexnord Aerospace expansion, Bridgepoint development. If you've gone down Finley, you've certainly seen a lot of construction going on there. These are major developments, not just in Downers Grove, but they rank in the top 10 of those in all of DuPage County. Green Bay Packaging, another major development. And again, going back to the rail, our location and proximity to both highways and rail and other things continue to be very important for our economic success down the road. More to come on all that during the State of the Village and 2018 year-end report, which we'll be giving at some point in time next year. But with that, I also want to echo the comments of my colleagues in thanking staff for all their efforts and the privilege of working with you throughout 2018. Really remarkable accomplishments, and we couldn't be more proud. Happy holidays to all my colleagues. Happy holidays to all the residents of Downers Grove. Merry Christmas, and wishing all of you a joyous, healthy, and prosperous 2019. And with that, I will ask for a motion to adjourn for the last time in 2018.
Have we gone long enough to give credit?
I was keeping close. Yes. I just got an email from the Illinois Department of Education. They said we're good.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner White?
Aye.
Commissioner Earl?
Aye.
Commissioner Wallace?
Aye.
Commissioner Jose?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnett?
Aye.
Mayor Tully?
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you. Good night. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.